And welcome back. 24, I was like, I had it in my head. 2024. I'm super excited for this year. I don't know why. Maybe it's a leap year. Maybe it's the tail end of the 24 portion of it. And I like even numbers better than odds. But I'm feeling hopeful in going into 2024. And so I thought today we would work on an Irish Blessing Wreath. These have a tendency of working out better than just like your normal St. Patrick's Day wreath because you can put them up for St. Patrick's Day, but also if you have Irish in your culture or your heritage, these are wreaths that you could keep up inside your home year round. So that's why they are so popular. So we're going to be working on that today. Couple housekeeping items. The private group is still open. And the rates remain all the way through January. So I'm not touching anything for this month. So this is the last month that you can get the combined classes for business and design all in one. You can do 3 different payment methods. You can do monthly, you can do yearly, you can even do lifetime. It's what I call the one and done. Make one payment, you're done. You can find out all those details on my website, which I'll get to posting. Oops, I have a different, why is it saying make a lavender rose wreath? I need to change that. I don't know how that defaulted back. We're not making a lavender rose wreath. We're making an Irish Blessing Wreath. So thank you, Facebook, for that. Let's go ahead and get that posted. So we'll be able to edit that here in a minute. Here we go. Everything is being slow in the social media world. .com. So comment, grab it, pin it. I used to love having Steve available, that he would do all that stuff for me and read all my questions so I could just move on through things. But so you can sign up on the website for any of those classes through the end of this month, and then the rates will be changing, and then the doors will not be open perpetually forever. So if you're thinking about it, now would be the time to do it. We've started our Back to Basics classes. We just started that today on the business side, and then because of the holiday, we didn't start New Year's first. We will start the design classes on the Back to Basics. So if you've never gone through a Back to design, all this stuff. So you can find out more information about that. It's coming in the newsletter this weekend. And then what else? If you like this tutorial and want to recreate it, just click the share button. That is basically, in Facebook world, how to save the video for you to find easier. YouTubers, a little bit different for you guys. YouTubers, you have an additional option that you can do as well. YouTube subscribers, if you don't want to do the whole Facebook thing, you can do, whatchamacallit? There's a membership group that you can join on YouTube, and you'll be able to see in the description box once that gets posted how to join the YouTube group. We're kind of putting a whole bunch of stuff together, so all that's changing in 2024, which I'm super excited about. If you want to be notified when we go live, YouTubers, subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified whenever we upload, and we'll be doing videos for YouTubers as well going into 2024. So YouTubers will have their own exclusive videos there as well. I'm trying to think of what else. Did the private group, did YouTube, did the website. I think we're ready to go. So let's pad you down so we can go ahead and get started. So here we go. I think we've got a good view. I can see all of our measurements. So Irish Blessing. So people were texting me all day saying, where'd you get your sign? Where'd you get your sign? I will be posting the link to this sign. I got it from Amazon. And I think a couple of the sign makers have a variation of this. But I like the wood. I like the sizing on this, which is 5 inches wide, 10 inches long. So it doesn't eat up a lot of real estate. which is really super good on your design. I will post the link, like I said, at the conclusion of this video when it goes to replay status. So look for that in the description box. And then also for YouTubers, I will post the affiliate link for you in the YouTube description box for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're doing a beige and cream color, like a tan, because we're kind of going with the colors in the sign, even though there's not that many colors. We're kind of going with a natural look and popping in the different shades of green. This is a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I've already done the first 5 sections. We're going to do the last and 6th section together, which is just taking our pipe cleaner, going in between the welds, and finding a midway point. It doesn't have to be perfect. I do like to make sure that I do have equal amounts of my pipe cleaner because every little bit helps. And then we're doing the same on the outside, using the weld in that center to find a midway point for the outside too. This way we don't have to glue our pipe cleaners in place. They stay stable based on the fact that there are 2. We're wiring together the 2. This gives you 6 on the inside, 12 on the outside, grand total of 18. We're going to go ahead and start laying in our Deco mesh first. We're doing a couple different ones. We're going to lay in a base method of ruffles, and then we're going to come back in with greens, and we're going to elevate that with curls. So this is a ruffle curl mixed base. So let me make sure I can see your comments. Hi, Pam. Hi, Karen. Happy New Year. Hi, Joanne and Irvina and Peggy and Cheryl. Welcome. So we're doing the natural jute. This is the natural, and the white has to be cut with a rotary cutter because of those natural fibers. When in doubt, if you're not sure, you can always take your wood burning tool and try to go through here. Most of the time, if it has that twine or that burlap and that cotton fiber, you're not going to be able to use the wood burning tool, so you'll rotary cut that. We're imagining a line right up the center, and that's where I'm just keeping my focus as I pull the Deco mesh towards me. And we're taking the finished edge, we're adding that to the center, couple twists. We're leaving those pipe cleaners in because I don't want to get into habits, which is, oh, do all the ruffles and then we'll come back. No, because we're still going to come back in and add additional mesh to this design to elevate that green color into this design. So same thing, I'm going to do the 6 inside first, and then I will work the outside. So I'm going to just do these 6. You guys will automatically start to think that it looks like a pancake wreath, which is kind of similar to how it looks, but not in its entirety. Because if you were doing pancake, you would start with your outside and save the inside for the last. But it does have a very similar look. So we're going to slide this one in. Couple twists. Just like so. And we're going to go ahead and do this as well. So what are some designs you guys would like? Is there anything that you've been dying to see, but nobody has done the tutorial on it yet? So I am in my planning stage. I usually plan out about a month at a time. This has been a very challenging last couple weeks of December. I will fill you guys in on that probably next week. We're still waiting for some information to be finalized. Has nothing to do with us. Has everything to do with my dad, so if you can definitely keep him in prayers. He's home recovering from not his hernia surgery, but he did have surgery to do a diversion to give his colon some additional time to heal. And so he's had to deal with having a temporary colostomy bag for now. And he's in an awful lot of pain. And he's 81. So that's kind of been all over the place. A little bit unexpected. There is the 6. Now we're going to go in and we're going to add the outside 12. Same way. We're always rolling our Deco mesh against the way it wants to naturally curl. This way it lays flat when we place it in there. So I'm just going to push these to the side. I'm going to grab one of my outside pieces, place this right over the top. And because those center pieces are acting as fillers for the outside too, we need to make sure, number one, that we know where all of our pipe cleaners are winding up. But also for the outside pieces, I need to make sure that those are situated so that they're not going in between, but they're going on top of. So here we go, moving this one aside. We're working on the left side of a section, placing this right down on top. 2 twists. We don't want to overdo it because we're still going to come back in and add more. Moving our pipe cleaners up and out. The current temperature in the shop is a balmy 50 degrees. It's been raining. We have not had a crazy winter. It's been really warm. Last year at this time, I think we had like 6 snow days. And so far this year, we have had none. No snow. Here in Western Washington. And the temperature has been like trending in the high 50s, which is unheard of here. So I'm hoping we're going to get some temperature shifts and get back to that typical rainy weather Washington is famous for. Go ahead and push this piece in. You see how I'm always preparing the piece, the area where that piece is going before I start to get that in place. I'm curling the edges of my mesh down because that's where that raw cut edges, that's where it is likely to fray, if it's going to fray. So here's my next section. I have that all prepared. This should go together quite quickly. I can't wait to show you guys the new fluff board because I am hopeful a lot of you will make one when you find out how easy it is and how affordable it is. So I'll show you that when we get ready for the bow. So taking the inside ones, moving those out of the way, prepping my next section, which is right here. Let's see. Hi, Audrey. Oh, Peggy says her mom had a colostomy. It's a difficult adjustment. Yeah, it's even more difficult when that was not what you had gone into the hospital for. So he had complained that he was having an awful lot of pain, and they did some more testing and kind of found out that he may have other issues. So we are praying for positive results to those testing. He's not a happy camper. I talk to him every day. He is not the same person I talked to in early December. He's very much in pain, which means that when you talk to him, that kind of comes across in those conversations, which doesn't make for a very exciting conversation. But we're hoping that maybe they'll change his pain medication on Friday, or at least have some more answers to maybe why he has so much pain. Okay, prepping our next stage. We are we're more than 2/3 of the way done. Have 5 more pieces to place inside. Okay. He has a lot of people in his, because Dad's volunteers in the Riverside National Cemetery's Honor Guard. He has a lot of the older guys that have been kind of rallying around and encouraging him, so I'm just hoping he'll have more days like that, which is, you can do it. My dad's one of those old school, suck it up and deal with the pain kind of people, and sadly that's not really working for him. Do you see that when I'm ruffling my mesh, a lot of people say, oh, yours looks so perfect. It really doesn't. When you look at the process of how it goes in, it kind of waggles back and forth. So it's not a perfect as it goes in. Let me show you what I meant. So my mesh does not stay perfectly straight the whole way that I'm doing this. So it'll kind of go backwards and forwards. So like right now it's doing that waggle thing. So I'm trying to keep it even as I place it inside. So I don't have like too much on one side and not enough on the other. Okay. Fold the ends over so we got that good coverage. I think we have 2 more pieces. So I'm trying to find, I see my pipe cleaner, I'm just trying to find where it's at. Okay, so this is our inside piece. Here we go. I think this is pretty much the last that was on the roll, so this one's going to be super, super tight in how it lays. See, the scissors won't even hold it down. So I'm having to just push it back flat. And normally I put those in the center. I didn't see that one. Okay. There's that. We've got our center piece in. Final piece to go right in here. And then we're good. And then I'll show you the next step. And don't be afraid to combine different mesh methods to get the look you really want. Like for me, I really wanted green with beige. And obviously, I didn't want to wait and order a jute mesh with, say, a green foil in it. So sometimes it's good if we can take what we have and really make that work for us. You'll see what I'm talking about with this next step. So there is our base method. This yields a 24 to 25 inch diameter base for now. And then we are adding my Berdabra. We are adding some lime green and emerald green. This is a premium wide foil, which means that the foil goes every other column or row, and this one is like 1 every 4th row. So we have cut 18 of the emerald green. We have also cut 18 of the moss green, and we're going to do curls, like a little curl bundle packet. So I just start by folding it like an inch over, and then I get the roll going, just like so. Slide that right into my Bodabra. It's like an extra set of hands. Fold over just to get the roll happening, making like little sushi rolls, just like that. We'll do this one more time. I usually get 3 sets into my Bodabra at a time. If you don't have a Bodabra, you could use chip clips just to hold your curls in place. I'm not rolling these too even, but that's okay. Now we're going to get a zip tie, and we're zip tying these in an X pattern. So like this, like a little X. Zip tie. Just like so. Snip the end off. We have 1 set. We'll grab another zip tie. Same thing. This time we'll put the lime green over the darker green. Zip tie. I just put them in zip ties so that it helps when they go in the pipe cleaners to keep the bundles together, so that they're not having to tighten that, you know, like we're twisting the twist tie around that. So we're going to take each of these bundles, and we're going to start with the inside, because then once these are in, we can cut them. So 1 bundle in, just like so. I give them a couple extra twists, cut the excess off. We're going to push this back down over the top. I just grab the tubes, that's what they are at the end, and just kind of lift and pull those up out of place. Okay, we're going to go in here. I'm doing the middle ones first. Place that on the inside. Snip that one off. Bend that back. Here's our middle. And I have the rest of them already built, so you don't have to watch me do all that. And this will give your wreath volume, but it's also bringing that green color in, so we don't just have like this very neutral base with no green for an Irish wreath. There we go. And 2 more to the inside. There we go. This way it kind of gives it a nice little rustic feel, even though I'm not really going for a rustic look. Oop. Pop that back in. Let's see. Hi Tamika, hi Jamie, hi Charlotte. Jamie says her husband made her a fluff board. She's loving it. Irina says, I have the same metal square frame for a mesh wreath. I'd like to see your tutorial. Thanks a lot. You're more than welcome. Oh, I feel for you, Peggy. Cheryl said lost, she had to get back out and back in. Okay, so that's just adding those to the inside 6. Now we're going to go and add them to the outside 12. So we made enough to put them in everywhere. This should give us a good mix of color. So I'm just twisting twice because we're still going to come back in and add in some ribbon. So we really need to have some space to put those in. That's why adding those zip ties really helps. And they go in so nicely when you don't have to fight them. But I do need to make sure that they're down far enough in. Well, let's see. We'll kind of twist you. You can basically twist the curls to go in any direction so that, like, if you want, you know, lime green going in one area, just move it. Okay, outside. Grab another two. The other two. Oop, kind of want this one going in this direction. Okay, these are tucked away in there, but we can still push our way in. This will definitely be a very full 6-inch deep wreath. This also, if your mesh that you're using is a little on the thinner side, this will help you with additional coverage on your outside areas to maybe cover any gaps that you might be able to see in between where your mesh is going or isn't going. Two more, and then we're done for that. But do you see how much we're increasing the volume? Okay. And then I don't like how this is laying, so we're going to re-situate that piece in. And then lay in our last bundle of curls. So now this is what we have. So these do go between, I know right now it looks like there's just a circle within a circle, but it's not. They're actually in between. So we have like a good 50-50 mix. So now when we lay our sign on, now we have a really good blend of those colors, a little bit of the rustic for our wording, and then the colors of the green for the sign. Now we're gonna add in some ribbon to the outside 12 only. So we are doing, this is our color pairing. All the ribbon is from Craft Outlet. All the mesh, Craft Outlet. The only difference is the sign is from Amazon, and I'll give you the affiliate link for where you can order that. The 2.5-inch pieces, the Clover on white, 14 inches, we're just going to fold the inside, or fold in the middle to find our midway point. We're going to just not even really give it like half of a twist. And then we're taking the white, green, and gold striped. These are cut to 19-inch pieces. We're bringing the wired dovetail edges together at the bottom. You're going to go up about 2 inches. You're going to pinch in just like this, and then you're going to lay that right on the inside here. Give it a couple twists, you're going to open your loop. We're just going to fan that out. We're going to right side the left portion of our ribbon to bring that right side back right ways. I like to see both. So just like so. We have the option, if we want, we could put scatters and fillers on the end of this. It's entirely up to you. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. Let me think about it when I get the next two in. Let's see. So fold in half, find the middle, scrunch up the middle, lay that inside your pipe cleaner. 2.5 inches, remember, are cut to, this is being weird, 14 inches, and then the 1.5 inches is cut to 19 inches. Then we're taking, I'm going to place them I'm looking, because it has a little bit of color from the metallic. What to do? Do I want to do that? Let me look. If we do the colors, we want a bright green and a bright gold. I like that. So about 1.5 inches on your pipe cleaners. I am going to take a my hot glue gun, put a bead of glue. I'm going to push a gold one on one end and then a green on the other. So we're going to alternate gold and green on the ends of our pipe cleaner. And there's so many different ways you can embellish that. You could do, you could add in flex tubing if you don't have the ribbon. You could, trying to think of what else. You could add gold coins, you could add shamrocks, you could add little pots of gold. There are literally a ton of different options out there for you. And then you can pick whether you want the plaid on top or whether you want the gold with the clovers. I like the plaid. I'm leaning to that a little bit more. So here we go. Right up the center. Pop that right on the inside. Because this is going to have a lot of room for our sign and our bow. There's UPS. And we'll lay this inside. 2 twists. Actually, a couple twists. Right side one end. Just like that. If your pipe cleaner is already cut to those dimensions, like that's just all the pipe cleaner you happen to have left, then you won't need to cut them. And I'm only gluing these because it makes it a more finished look. Okay, and most of the time the little styrofoam balls go on without any issue. Sometimes they do. I'm trying to see which. I think I have my ribbon upside down because one side looks more faded than the other. Here's my plaid. And then our clovers. Place these right on the inside. Couple twists. Open your loop. Right side the left portion. And then we'll glue our balls on. These have like little sequins on top of the glitter. So sometimes when I go to push them on, I hit that little sequin section. And you almost have to make sure you're avoiding that. Okay. Nice and pretty. Trying to remove the glue threads as we go. Are you guys working on St. Patrick's Day? Are you not doing St. Patrick's Day? Are you doing Valentine's Day? What are you working on right now? Technically right now I'm supposed to be working on Easter. So I'm just making sure this week that we have St. Patrick's covered. And then we'll be moving on to Easter. I know it seems so hard to fathom, like we just literally celebrated New Year's. Yeah, but in the wreath making and retail world, we're always 3 months out. Look at what Hobby Lobby has on their shelves right now. It's Valentine's Day. Christmas is on clearance. So, a little bit of everything. Trying to grab these in 2s at a time. Gail, you said that you're cleaning out your storage. Pam starting on Easter. Gerald says both Easter. Oh, you cleaned out your storage unit. I saw the photos. I'm officially jealous. I need to clean this shop and make sure that I am going through all of my tubs. I have misplaced some removable labels that I really want to find. And I think I know where they were. I was in the process of going to look for them when I looked up and went, oh no, it's time for our life. So I just really want to reorganize everything and put labels on everything. And I kind of have a general knowledge of where things are. I would have thought that after. Where's the labels? I think they're right. No, they're not here. No, they're not there. So we're going to be doing, I have 2 St. Patrick's Day wreaths. I think I'm looking. There's one that's more geared to an actual St. Patrick's Day. And then I'm not really sure if I want to do one with gnomes on it. I'm not a gnome person, but I might have to start adding some gnomes. What kind of labels? They are, I'm trying to think of where I bought them. I want to say I got them from Amazon, probably, which means that I can easily find them. They were just removable labels. So I want to say they're like 2" by 3" and you can remove them. So like if I change my bin or I downsize a bin or anything like that, I can just pull the labels off and put new labels on. So yeah, they were removable labels. I used them when we moved to label everything. And I had a ton left over. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have ordered them from Uline. That's where I ordered all my packing materials from. I'll find them. They're amazing. So, yeah. I will be searching for labels. I'll look for them on Amazon, right? Amazon is like my go-to. But now that we live so far out, we really only get like Amazon deliveries, like maybe once a week. So they don't come out like they do for everybody else. Like where you order and it's like, you can have this tomorrow. We don't have that option anymore. They're like, oh no, we're driving way out there. It's going to be, we're going to wait till we have more stuff going in that general direction. If you've never been to Washington, there's a lot of open space where there's nothing. Mountains and forests, basically. So with that, it's hard to get from point A to point B as the crow flies. You have to go all the way around things. And Amazon must be getting one heck of a shipping rate because, man, I shipped some stuff in one of the Amazon boxes for Christmas. It was like $80 to ship. And that's using my discounted rate. I'm like, man, they must get one hell of a price break because they're shipping all the time. Okay. Trying to make sure that I don't mess up the sequencing. So it's always green on the left, or green on the right, gold on the left. For my little scatters and fillers. And sometimes they have like this weird anomaly on them, like they have a little bump. So I've been, if there's a bump, I just kind of remove the bump and that's where the glue will go. So that it has a perfect, smooth transition in. Okay. And that just upset that. Trying to keep all the ribbons sorted, cut. Do you guys appreciate the fact that like I have everything prepped? Like you're not watching me cut mesh, you're not watching me cut ribbon, unless it's just part of the bow process. I was always told long ago, it's always so much better to have all of your stuff prepped. That way people aren't waiting on you. Should be like a sous chef. Imagine it's like a chef cutting everything that goes into their recipes. They have a sous chef that preps that for them. Couple more. I think we have three more pairs to do, and then we're done with the outside ribbon. And it's taking a while because we're doing two things. We're adding the ribbon tails, we're adding the half bows, we're gluing scatters and fillers in. We put in 3 different mesh to this design. I don't even have this one listed yet. I've been busy running around. And then, like I said, my dad called just before I went live. And it's like a lottery pool. Is he going to be in a good mood or not? And he was not. I want to, this one's kind of situated down. I don't like to look straight into the pipe cleaner and see right into that section. I like to know that the little curls are moved out of the way so that they make nice little bundles between the inner and outer. These ones are fighting right here. They just don't want to lay flat. They want to come forward. Last one of our clovers on the outside. So if you look, there's really nothing trending to St. Patrick's Day other than the clovers, but that could just be Irish anyway. There's no Happy St. Patrick's Day sign, although you could switch out the signs. You could put Happy St. Patrick's Day on here during St. Patrick's Day and then change it out when you want it more holiday themed. Okay, there's that. This. Okay, there's that one. Last one. We're going to squeeze this one in somehow, some way. Hi, Janice. Welcome. We're not making a rose wreath. For some reason, I don't know how that happened. Facebook just defaulted to the last design I did. I was very particular at saving it. Last one going in. Okay, down in here. Okay, open, open. So this is the wreath design that I was saying. If you want something that you're not going to have to fight placing your sign on or bow, like maybe, for example, you might have a lot of stuff that you want to integrate into your design. You might have a fairly big sign. You probably wouldn't want to use curls because then you have to move those all out of the way so they don't cover your sign or they don't get in the way of your bow. But if you have a fairly small sign and you're not going to do crazy embellishments, then you can add some other textures and colors like we did here with those two different color greens, because we have them represented in the outside ribbons we have. So there is our outside design, and we're going to make our bow, and then we'll add our sign, put the bow on, and we should be ready to go. What do you guys think so far? I'm going to set this out of the way. Put the lids on our scatters and fillers, just so I don't knock those over. Set this off to the side, and using our Bodabra, we're going to pull out all the ribbon we used, which are these, and then we're going to introduce the same as what we have here. I think I might change that up and just do a solid green or solid. Let's look at solid green. Yeah, I'm thinking of solid green instead of this one. And then we're going to do this sheer. This is a new one. This has little, it's sheer, so you're not really seeing the green, but it's got a lot of gold sparkles in it. So we're going to put that in. So we'll do that. We will do, I'm thinking I might have to get the other roll. But we're going to do the green plaid, then this. I think I want this on the outside. I think we're going to go here, here, sparkles, and then the clovers is the order that we'll put those in. So the green sheer with the sparkles, the glitter, is from Joann's. Everything else is from Craft Outlet. So we're going to dovetail our end which is just bring your wired edges together. You're going to cut from the folded side to the end or the wired point, making sure that's a good cut. And we're going to measure out 10 inches. So then we're going to gather right there. We're going to twist, place that right on the inside. Then we're going to go up and over, and we're going to measure out 5.5 inches from the loops. So we're lining this up on the 10-inch line. When you pull your loops out, you want to make sure they end right at 5.5 inches for this particular bow. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, making sure it lines up. And then back out 10 inches, dovetail your end, and that one is in place. Then we're going to take the other. This is going to measure 9.5 inches for our tail length. So at 9.5 inches, gather in, twist, place it right in between. I just turn them around because I always build from the left. This time we're doing 5-inch loops. So line it up, stretch it out. Right there at 10 inches. Up and over. Right there. Whoop. 5 inches in. And out to 9.5. Make your dovetail cut. And then if you like deeper cuts on your V, where you start on your folded side, you'll want to come up a little bit higher for that. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be enough on this one, but honestly, you never know. Let's look. 9, 9, 5. It might barely have enough on here. So we'll try that. So we'll see. It might not. If not, I have another roll. So dovetail end. We're going 9 inches. Pinching in. Doing the twist. No, we're not going to have enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I would need, if I'm doing 4.5-inch loops, I'd need 9. So 9, 9, 9, and 9. I'm going to come up 2 inches too short on that one. We'll just do this one. Okay, we'll save that one. So same thing. Dovetail the end. 9 inches. Up. In. We're doing 4.5-inch loops. That's why I said 4.5 and 4.5 is 9. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to make it. I measured wrong. So there's 4.5. Up and over. 4.5 inches again. Right there. Back out 9 inches. And this is what I'm saying. So if you want a deep V when it comes in, you're going to start on your fold higher up. If you don't want it as long or as deep, you'll come down a little bit further. I do like them a little higher up. Okay. And then we will use our gold. Same thing. This is going to be 8.5 inches for our tail length. So 8.5, pinch in, twist, place on the inside. We are matching that with the grain, so they're going to both be 4.5 inches. So easiest way to do it is put your fingers in both loops, pull, just like so. And then I'm going to do it on the other side. Just kind of eyeball it just to get it going. Pull. And then measure that out. 8.5. Just like so. Okay. That one is in the bag. And now we're doing our sheer green. Just trying to get this to lay flat. So same thing. Dovetail the end. We're going to lay this out. We want 8 inches in. Only 4 inches for our loop length. So just keep verifying your measurements. Up and over. Okay. And then this one is 8 inches. Cut that off. Let's secure this one with a pin so it doesn't unravel off the spool. And our last one is our clovers. And this one will be 7.5 inches for your tail length and 3.5 inches for your loop. Go up and over. Make sure we're at 3.5. Then measure the other side. And then back out. 7.5. And do your last dovetail cut. And then we should be good to go. We will gather this up. Let's get a green pipe cleaner. Go ahead and get that in a U shape so that when we pick this up, we're compressing on both sides. We're going to drop our pipe cleaner down, hold the bottom, and then just spin your stack in whatever direction. But just, it's easier to spin the stack than to twist the pipe cleaner. And then we'll remove all the little glitter that fell off of those dots. There is quite a bit. And we'll get our fluff board. So this is the one that I made. What do you guys think? This is my made fluff board. I made this. Actually, I just picked up the lumber. Remember the lumber that we had that was blah? Basically, this side, right? It's a 24 inch by 24 inch by 1 inch piece of pre-cut lumber. I just added the C-hook to the center, and I covered it with, let me find it. I have it over here. I threw it in my bin. I'll link this too. This is called peel and stick wood grain floor tile. So you just basically two-sided, so they're all cut in little strips. And so you just line up your pattern. It actually has the texture to it, so you can feel the wood grain. And you just peel it and you stick it to your board. And it comes in all different kinds of colors. So you could do like a light on one side, you can do a dark on the other. So you can have like a multitude of different, what I call bow props, right? When you make beautiful bows and you have to take pictures of them, how do you take photos? Just put them on your board and take your photos. So there's enough on there probably to do two or three boards. So we're just going to go ahead and hook this right on here. Look how pretty that looks now. And we're separating top stack from bottom stack. So we're separating loops from their tails. So just opposite directions. So we're taking our loop to the left, tail to the right. On the bottom, we're going to move the tail to the left and our loop to the right. This way, they are completely opposite of each other, is how they should be. And then we're going to go to the next ribbon and we're going to go opposite. So we're going to bring our loop to the left, or our tail to the left, loop to the right, opposites on the other side. So here's our tail, here's the loop, and you can see that it's just kind of, we're just going to follow the pattern on down. So we're following the plaid, left and right, and we're going right and left. Okay. Trying to fix that one. And then here we're following our clovers. So we're going right and left, right and left. And then we're bringing down the green. So that's going, should be going here, sorry, here and here. And then opposites on the bottom. And then on the top, we're following this and this, so that we have all of our tails here. All of our loops are in the center, and now it's time to fluff. So we're going to grab the top two and just open those up and just lift those up. Ignore the tails. Lift your top two bows. Okay. And then you decide what you want to see in between what. I like the green in between. So I'm going to do green here and the stripe out to the side. Just like that. I'm going to make that happen here as well. Here's my stripe. And here's that green. And then we're pulling up the bottom. So the green plaid is going between those two green. That'll really showcase that sheer color because it'll give it some background color. And then that one, doing the top here and here. That's going in between. And now we can deal with the tails, which is just bring those up through your fingers just to kind of put that little arc back in your ribbon. You do it all the way down. And here. And then for display purposes, you just make it look as pretty as you want. However you want your colors to lay and display those out. Just like that. But look how pretty that is. Just like that. It's a beautiful bow. And if you don't like your tails that long, you can cut them down. You can make them shorter. You can make them end right where your loops end. And then you truly have a very compacted bow. I like to have tails on mine. So we're just going to slide that off. Move this out of the way. And now we're going to prep our sign and put it all together. So I'm going to remove the rope on the back right here. I'm going to remove the label from the sign company, which is kind of interesting. It says these signs are made in the United States, not in China. Just like that. Then we're going to add our business card. We will add that to the bottom. Lots of hot glue, just like so. We're going to go ahead and place that right in the center. I'm hoping my husband remembered to replace my staples because he used my staple gun yesterday. And I'm like, I pray, sir, that you put in the right staples. So let me just double check because I would hate for that to go all the way through. I have a feeling that those are 1/4 inch. But since we only have like 5 on there, I'm going to add my staples so I don't run out. Okay. I'll take a full roll, place that inside. Because you only want to use 1/4 inch staples. Otherwise, anything larger than that is probably going to go through your sign. I think these might be a little too long. There we go. There we go. I just always want to make sure. Because he's always like, I need your staple gun. I'm going to hang up lights. There we go. Now we can add our pipe cleaners to our sign. We're doing obviously 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Just here. 2 staples. Nice little twist. I'm just going to hot glue. Then we're going to do the same on the bottom. Double twist. It's so funny because now I'm like, because I use my staple gun all the time, I'm actually faster on the staple gun just because we use it. Like, for me, I use it all the time. He doesn't use it very often. So, we are going to, I'm looking at where I want this to lay. I'm going to kind of pull some of my curls back this way a bit. Because this is kind of where I want that to be, is like right in here. And I'm okay with some of the curls hanging over the sign, but not crazy over. So we're going to go ahead and place this right in. I'm trying to get all the other ones out that are under. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this one situated. I'm looking for, it can't line up with my outside ones. Remember how we have our outside pipe cleaners? I can't use that and line those up because then it'll be in the center. So it kind of has to go off to the right a little bit. So I'm going to pull this one down. I think I want it right about there. Just one twist in case we need to move it. I'm going to move this one back and that one back. And then we're going to pull some of this beige out of the way. And it hits the rail perfect. And there we go. Push this one back just a little bit. We don't want it to be sunk. So you don't want to go all the way down to the bottom. But I went this one to kind of roll under that, like that. So it's nice and supported by everything that I have. And then we're going to go ahead and attach our bow probably right in here. Same thing, I'm going to take my curls. I'm going to push these ones down because right now if I put my bow's going to want to sit way up on top of these curls. So I'm just going to redistribute and move my curls away. So like right here is a really nice good bow landing. Let's find our pipe cleaner. So I'm going to kind of plop that right about in there. So I got to work the pipe cleaners in. Oop. There we go. There's one. Got the other one on the other side. I'm going to push this down, not too far, and give it a couple twists. And then we're going to redistribute some stuff. So since I know where my loops are, I can have them frame the sign, just like that. We can redirect our curls to the outside so we have a better landing spot for everything else. Like if this is in your way, just move it to the side. Like so. I'm going to tuck this one just down a bit. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what it looks like. Nice way up here. I'm actually going to use the edge of my sign to keep my bow off of it. Just like that. So there is our Irish Blessing Wreath. I am going to add a couple pieces of clover down in here and in here. So that is just like these pieces of clover. We're just going to pop the ends off, and I'm going to just kind of come in here, and we're going to like add a piece there. We will add some, trying to get these in, right in there. Looking for the kind that have all the different colors. Right in here. Let's make sure our loops are all nicely presented. Show you what that's looking like as we add more. If you want to add more pieces of clover, we can tuck those in, but I'm just kind of putting those, and I'm just gluing the ends so that these sit right inside. I'm just trying to get them. There we go. What do you guys think so far? Nice. So Sherry says, beautiful bow. Jamie says, always so beautiful. Maria says, beautiful. Dawn says, another beautiful work of art. So we're just subtly putting in some little pieces of clover just to break up a lot of that beige around the sign, where it's like the green hasn't quite hit there just yet. I think this one, yes. I was like, I think there's a couple more pieces we haven't made permanent. There's that one. Did we do this one? No, not. Okay. Okay. Because I'm looking in the same way that you guys are looking at, because I can see it the exact same way you do. And I just want to make sure that we have, like, we're breaking up some of the green. And we don't have to break up all of it, but at least some of it. Or breaking up the beige with little pops of green. So just like that. Just nice. And then we'll top it all off with, I think we're going to want to do green. I don't think it'll be gold, but we'll try. Let's look. We could put that in the center, or we can put the gold. What do you guys think? Do you think gold? There's the gold on the inside. And here's the green on the inside. What do you think? Green or gold? Green or gold? I'm not sure. Dawn says, I like the gold. I haven't decided. Mary says gold. So gold, green. Audrey says green. Let's just go a couple more comments and then haven't figured it out. And there's no right or wrong answer. Maria says gold into green. So if we did gold into green, that's an interesting thing. We could do that too. I like that. That's pretty. See? Just thinking outside the box. We can make it look like a little clover on the inside, like that. So let's pop the gold in. So there's our gold, green, like it's a little 3-leaf clover. And then there we have it. Green and gold. I guess we could have done that too. We could have done one of each. But let me show you what it looks like on the door. I'm going to go ahead and pivot you up. Hello all. So we're going to put it on the black door because I think it's going to pop. So I've been fluffing ribbons while you guys have been deciding, what should we do? Green, gold. So here is our Irish Blessing. And here's the real reason why I put it on black, because not only does it make a powerful statement, but wherever I have a little glue thread, I can see it really well on a darker or a black door. So it it gives me the opportunity to make sure that, hey, I've removed all of those, because you don't really see them until you put them against a darker door. So there we go, just like so, just like so. Making sure all of our tails are all pointing up and in the right direction. There's another glue. And there you have it. That is our 2024 Irish Blessing Wreath. So I will have this available in my shop before the end of the night. Thank you guys for joining. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can email me at info@catscreationsandmore.com. That's your direct email to message me or email me. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Thursday morning, and I'll have another design for you. All right, thanks for joining me, and keep creating. Bye for now.